Hi everybody and welcome back. This is step 8, entitled Reviewing Your In-Tray. So now that you've followed along with the previous 7 steps, you're ready to deal with each item in your in-tray and make a clear decision about what your next action is. Your goal here is to get your in-tray to empty. Now, that sounds like a big task, and it is. To complete this task, you're going to need offline in and around 1 to 7 hours to go through your in-tray and all the items that you've collected over the previous steps. So let's get started. The goal here is to get your in-tray to empty, as I've just said. So first you need to decide with each item in your in-tray what happens next. Always take the top item from your in-tray first and then ask yourself, what is it? Is it actionable? And if it is, what's the next action? Never start from the bottom of your in-tray and never cherry pick items that you think are easy or quick to do from your in-tray. Always start at the top. When you do pick something up from your in-tray, don't put it down again until you've made a decision about it. Move through your in-tray one item at a time until you reach the end. As you move through your in-tray, you will begin to compile categories of next actions, such as calls to make, emails to return, items to post, things to bin, whatever it might be. Based on your next action categories, you can decide how many and what kind of lists you will need to create for them. You can now make a more informed decision about how to organize your actions and lists. Another option is to go with the Getting Things Done suggestion of common next action categories. So you can take their default lists, such as calls, emails, whatever it might be, and use those as your default lists. But as you go through your in-tray, you will begin to get a good feeling of what list you need to create. It could be financial, it could be housework, it could be calls to make, emails to return, friends, whatever it might be. As you go through, you will start to get a feel for the lists you need to create. Next, we have the non-actionable items that you find in your in-tray. If anything is for the bin, throw it into the bin straight away. Is there anything that you need to incubate? If you think you want to do something with it sometime, but not right now, write it on a piece of paper or a sticky note on the item, indicating that it should go on your someday or maybe list. If you want to be reminded of an item on a specific date, write on a piece of paper or on a sticky note and then put it into your tickler file or on your calendar so that you have a trusted source of where the reminder will come from. And finally, reference. As you come across material that needs no action but you'd like to keep for future reference, file it in your general reference filing system or in your digital reference filing system. So here are some items that you can incubate: a brochure for an upcoming event, an agenda for a board meeting you should attend, an advertisement for a piece of software you would like to buy, a note to yourself about a class or something that you would like to do in the future. And in relation to non-actionable items, just some final tips. Remember, a fast, easy general reference filing system is critical to full and easy implementation of the Getting Things Done methodology. It should take you less than 60 seconds to make a label, put the material in a new file folder and place it in your drawer. Keep your file drawers less than 3/4 full because you will resist putting items into stuffed drawers. Every now and again, go through your files and your drawers and get rid of anything that is unnecessary. Now, what about the actionable items that you find in your in-tray? If the action can be done in 2 minutes or less, do it right now. If you are not the right person to perform the next action, then delegate it by writing on a piece of paper or by attaching a sticky note indicating who the person to whom you want to delegate the action to, and then set a reminder for yourself in one of your next action lists to go over it with them. If you are the right person to do something, but it requires more than 2 minutes, then defer it by writing it on a piece of paper or attaching a sticky note or adding it to your next action list indicating what your next action is. And here are some general process and guidelines for you to follow. Never put anything back in your in-tray. Always start with the first item from your in-tray first. So as we mentioned at the beginning of this lecture, always start with the item that is on the top. Never pick and choose items by looking through the stack for a good one. Handle your most recent emails first so that all the threads or the conversations are included. And that's a great tip, because if you go to the bottom of your inbox and start with emails from 6 months ago, you're going to miss the correspondence related to that email that has come in since. And that's it for this step. As always, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lecture.